We consider all things, I think. We take the job quite seriously and we look at all our options. The important thing is to make certain that we attack very well, but on the other hand we need to be careful. You know, it would be more difficult task for us if we are adopting a gung-ho approach and suddenly we find ourselves a goal to nil down. That will complicate the task enormously. But I'm very confident that the team I've got to work with here, that they'll strike the right balance between attacking and defending, and that we'll cause Montenegro plenty of problems with our attacking play, but at the same time we'll be hopefully as difficult to score against as we were in the Ukraine.
What have you made of Jack Wilshere's form in the last month, Roy? I mean, he had a tough game in the Ukraine, and he's been playing in a slightly different midfield role for Arsenal, hasn't he?
Yes, I mean, I think that we expect so much from Jack. That's a slight problem for him. I'm certain that Stephen here also maybe went through that at the start of his England and Liverpool careers. When someone comes onto the scene that's obviously an incredible talent, you expect so much from them that every time they fall slightly below the standard you hope to see, the alarm bells start ringing. But Jack's been in good balance this week. He's put behind him, if you like, the unfortunate furore over his quotes. It's not affected him one bit on the field, and I think that we'll get a lot out of him, not only in these next two games, but I think England are going to get an awful lot out of him for a long time to come.
This week he did appear to suggest that it should be only English-born players that play for England. Do you have any views on that at all?
Well, first of all, I'm not sure. I think his comments were obviously, if not misunderstood, they were translated in a way that people wanted to translate them. But the only thing I'll say on that subject, you know, we're constantly complaining that players don't ever have an opinion, that when they're asked questions they never come out with anything worth listening to. I think it's quite wrong to criticise someone for having an opinion in the first place, one. And two, I think that the subject matter is worthy of debate, and I think at the end of the day it's going to be a result of a policy decision which will be taken by the Football Association, and that's something which Greg Dyke and perhaps even his commission will look into. So I can only say that from my point of view I'm pleased that it hasn't affected Jack in any way. It was a question I was asked on the radio. It hasn't affected him. His performances in training have been fine, and I think he just shrugs it off as one of those things. I was asked for an opinion, I gave an opinion, and some people have liked it and some people haven't liked it. We've never discussed not qualifying. You know, within the camp we are convinced that we are a good team. We are convinced that we are good enough to qualify, and with 2 home games to come we're convinced that we will do the job. So words like fear or anxiety or concern haven't really crossed our minds, or certainly haven't crossed our lips. And I've been very impressed this week by the quality of training, by the quality of the football in the training, and I know that if the team, as Stephen said, you know, we need to deliver, I know they will deliver, and I'm convinced that tomorrow night you will see a very, very good England team. Hopefully Montenegro won't be a very good Montenegro team, and that will make our task a bit easier. Unthinkable, you know, I can't, as a reasonably intelligent human being, say anything's unthinkable. You know, there'll be lots of good teams that don't get to Brazil next year, but I'm convinced that it won't be us.